You're recognized for your questions.
Thank you, Chairman. I look forward to getting into this issue of the balance between free speech and the hate speech that leads to violence, because it is a line that has to be drawn. I know it's not easy, but I'm going to talk about one that I think is easier, and that is child sexual exploitation. I talked about it in my opening statement a little bit. We all know that the spread of this sexual abuse material is a persistent threat. In fact, we know that last year over 29 million reports came in of child sexual exploitation. That was a 35% increase from just 2020. So this is an increasing problem across the board, but particularly with regard to our kids. That's why I thought it was so unfortunate, Mr. Cox, when I learned about the Meta policy directing content moderators, and I quoted this earlier, but it's to err on the side of the person involved in sexual exploitation being an adult when they're unsure about the age of the person. Let me give you a chance to respond to that. This has been in the public media. Doesn't mean that it's true, I suppose, but is that truly what you directed your content moderators to do?
Senator, I know that first of all, this is an incredibly serious issue, and I appreciate your work on this issue. As a father of 2 kids, this is something I personally care about, making sure that we pay attention to as well. The work that we do here is in consultation with NCMEC, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. We've been the most aggressive of the tech companies there. We've referred more content to them, I believe, than all the other tech platforms combined. That's both through the work we do on WhatsApp and Messenger, as well as across the family of apps. My understanding on this specific question is that we received direction from NCMEC to prioritize known CSAM content, which was the nudge that they gave us on where they wanted us to focus our time. I haven't been focused on that specific conversation, and I'd be happy to have the team follow up.
Yeah, so let me just be sure I understand this. You're blaming the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children for changing your approach of moderators, saying that we're going to assume that kids are adults if we don't know? I mean, NCMEC has said you have a responsibility, all of you do, to report all images that appear to involve a child so that law enforcement can intervene to stop the abuse and prosecute the perpetrators, period. And I can't believe that you're saying that NCMEC would want you guys to send out instructions to your moderators saying, err on the side of this being an adult if you're not sure. Did I misunderstand what you said?
Senator, I haven't been in that specific conversation with NCMEC, but I'd be happy to follow up on the details. I agree it's a very important issue.
Well, given your role, would you commit to, 1, getting back to me on it, and 2, ensuring that if that's true, that you change that policy?
Senator, I could commit to getting into the details of the policy and make sure we follow up with the teams who work on it.
Okay. You're the Chief Product Officer. I would hope that this is one that you would follow up on and ensure it's not the direction you're giving your moderators, because that's what's been publicly reported. With TikTok, we talked about this earlier, again, in the opening statement. Nearly half of American kids use TikTok, as you know. That's your audience. There are a lot of risks there to privacy and national security, in my view. Ms. Pappas, I understand that TikTok is subject to the laws of the United States, but it's also subject to the laws of other countries in which it operates, United Kingdom, Germany. But with regard to China, is it true, yes or no, does TikTok have an office and employees in Beijing?
So I think this is another one for clarification,
yes or
of
no.
which TikTok does not operate in China. And you are right in saying that TikTok is subject to the laws in the United States, as we are incorporated in the U.S. and California.
Do you have employees in Beijing?
Yes, we do, as do many global tech companies,
That's
including
fine. I'm
those
just
on
asking
this
you, do
panel.
you have an office in Beijing?
Yes.
Okay, and is your parent company ByteDance headquartered in China?
No, they are not.
ByteDance is not headquartered in China?
No, ByteDance is founded in China, but we do not have an official headquarters as a global company.
And where is the headquarters of ByteDance?
We're a distributed company. We have offices around the world. Our leadership team is largely in Singapore, but we don't have an official headquarters.
You have to be headquartered somewhere, and I think it's the Cayman Islands. Is that correct?
We were so the parent company was incorporated in the Cayman Islands. That is correct.
Okay, so you're headquartered somewhere, and it's the Cayman Islands. But you have a presence in China, and of course you comply with Chinese law with regard to your people presence in China, correct?
That is not correct. So just again, TikTok does not operate in China. The app is not available. As it relates to our compliance with law, given we are incorporated in the United States, we comply with local law.
Do you believe that the Chinese Communist Party has the right to access data collected by your company because you have a presence in China?
Sorry, again, Senator Portman, TikTok, the app, is not available in China.
No, you said you have an office in Beijing and you have employees in Beijing. That's a presence.
Yeah, so as we've said on the record, we do have employees based in China. We also have very strict access controls around the type of data that they can access and where that data is stored, which is here in the United States. And we've also said under no circumstances would we give that data to China.
Well, I'm glad that you say that. It doesn't seem to square with what we know about the Chinese national security law, but I appreciate that, that approach. U.S. military banned their own service members from using TikTok for this reason, as you know. And just last month, the House of Representatives warned lawmakers of the risks of using TikTok. These were members of Congress. We're told not to use it. Our military is told not to use it out of concern for the user's privacy and national security. Do you think those decisions were wrong?
I wouldn't opine on the needs for an entertainment platform on federal devices, but I would say that TikTok is an entertainment platform first and foremost, and this is part of the joy that we bring to millions of people around the world. We are very much committed to the security of our U.S. users and citizens, which is why we're investing so heavily in this area.
According to a leaked audio obtained by BuzzFeed News, which I'm sure you saw, there are TikTok and ByteDance employees in China who can gain access to U.S. user data. So this committee will be now looking into the assurance of what you said, that TikTok would not give U.S. data to China. Do you have any response to the BuzzFeed News story?
Yes, those allegations were not found. There was talk of a master account, which does not exist at our company, period.
Will TikTok commit to cutting off all data and meta flows to China, Chinese-based TikTok employees, ByteDance employees, or any other party located in China that might have the capability to access information on U.S. users?
Again, we take this incredibly seriously in terms of upholding trust with U.S. citizens and ensuring the safety of U.S. user data. As it relates to access and controls, we are going to be going above and beyond in leading initiative efforts with our partner, Oracle, and also to the satisfaction of the U.S. government through our work with CFIUS, which we do hope to share more information on.
Can you make the commitment, though, that I just asked you to make, that you will commit to cutting off all data and metadata flows to China, Chinese-based TikTok employees, ByteDance employees, or any other party located in China?
What I can commit to is that our final agreement with the U.S. government will satisfy all national security concerns, yes.
But you won't make a commitment to agree to what I have now twice asked you about?
Sorry, given the confidentiality of CFIUS, I'm not able to talk specifically about that agreement.
I'm not talking about CFIUS. I'm asking whether you'd make that commitment today. Will you make that commitment?
I'm committing to what I've stated, which is we are working with the United States government on a resolve through the CFIUS process in which we will continue to minimize that data, as well as working with Oracle to protect that data in the United States.
This is part of the United States government, too. This is our oversight function.
And I appreciate that.
I'm concerned that you're not able to answer the question, except to say that you will not make the commitment to cutting off this data to China. You know, we think that all data collected relating to Americans and then accessed in China is a problem. We think it should be safe from exploitation by the Chinese Communist Party. And if the data is successful in China, as you have testified, then it could be exploited. So that concerns us. I've gone over my time. I apologize, Mr. Chairman, but I thought it was important to get the answers.
Thank you, Ranking Member Portman.